Just as we prepare to fix the code, up comes the boss with another requirement. Now we have to allow for different colors in the rectangles. During the meeting with the graphics department, it seems they saw the light, or the color. Now we need to be able to call our draw function with a stroke color and a fill color. As we settle in for a long night, we notice the boss heading for the exit. Well, at least now we can actually get some work done. As you can see, we just keep adding parameters to the end of the list to expand the flexibility. What started out as a simple function has grown into one that accepts 6 parameters. The function code is still quite readable, but the code to call it has become quite complicated. When you add colors to the call, it makes for a rather long line of code. On a side note, the graphics department may not have discovered colors after all. We could have gone our whole career without ever having to type burlywood or lemon chiffon. Let's see what this latest version does. As we could have guessed, we no longer get our silver rectangle in the middle of the page. What is a surprise, however, is that it is replaced with a black rectangle. The reason for the black rectangle is because the values for fill style and stroke rect are no longer hard-coded. They must be supplied by the calling code. When they are not supplied, they resolve to a value of undefined. The canvas draw functions equate an undefined color to be black. Why aren't the original squares showing up as black squares then? That's because the left, top, width, and height parameters in the legacy method calls are also resolving to undefined. Coordinates and sizes that are undefined result in no rectangle at all in any color. After seeing the black rectangle, the lack of any rectangle is starting to look like a pleasant alternative. We've added some more parameters, and they are required to be passed in the proper order with meaningful values. If we omit one of the earlier parameters, the function fails. If we omit a color parameter, the canvas draws with solid black. The function is still readable, but the calling methods are becoming difficult to comprehend and to maintain. It's time to fix our legacy code. Let's talk about the legacy code we've broken. It's broken because there was a contract between the function and the calling code. Our original version had a contract that stated, "I expect no parameters." The original calling code made use of that contract and passed no parameters. As soon as we added the left and top parameters to the function, we broke the contract. When we called the next version of the function with the expected parameters, we honored the new contract. Every time we added new parameters to the function, we broke the contract with all legacy code. In our sample function, we stopped getting squares on the screen. Other functions that we change may not have results that are so visible. Errors creep into code as functions evolve, and that equates to support calls and bug fixes. It's best to develop a strategy for extending functions that allows for new functionality without breaking legacy code. We'll cover 3 such strategies.